So I've had a lot of people messaging me about what niche is best to go into to sell their automation services. And I had to think about it, and I had a search on YouTube, and there are just so many videos out there explaining what the best niche is. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to tell you not to have a niche. You potentially might be feeling stuck trying to find the perfect niche, or you're wasting a lot of time researching what the best niche is and their pain points, etc. And all of that is just wasting time. You need speed. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the problems of niching down. I'm going to speak to you about the pros though of having a niche, what I think you should do, why I think you should do it, and I'm going to show you how I think you should do it. So just stop listening to all the crap that other people talk about, or the same old garbage. I'm going to speak to you about something fresh, something new that I think is going to really help you going forward. So let's crack on. So what are the pros of niching down? Obviously, you can position yourself as an expert because you have spoken to probably so many people that you have understood their pain points. You've had that many conversations with people within the same niche that you probably understand how this person's business works back to front. But obviously, that takes a lot of time and a lot of conversations to get to that level. Your messaging is a lot simpler just because you're targeting the same sort of people who are going to be interested in the same sort of automations that you're selling. Your social proof is going to be the same every time. You're just going to choose your best case study every single time and just spin tax that in the email. And if you dominate a niche, enough people are going to talk about you because the people, business owners, the most people they know who are other business owners are people who are in the same industry as them through their own network, and they're more likely to refer you on. And like I mentioned earlier, you will personally understand their pain points. But the cons, I think a lot of people struggle to find and pick a niche. There's so many different industries that you can sell into, and they're worried they might pick the wrong one, or they have so many decisions or so many choices that they can't make a decision, and they find themselves just keep asking other people for advice about what niche they should pick instead of actually taking action and going into that niche. You're limiting yourself of opportunities because you potentially might miss the higher, better paying markets, but by this time you've already worked for 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a specific industry that you're leaving money on the table elsewhere because you're not actually having conversations with other industries and learning so much more. Like I say here, you're limiting your knowledge of other industries and you're limiting your scalability. There's only so many companies that, one, actually are looking for your services, two, after you get on a sales call, would want your services, and three, there's only so many companies within a niche. Obviously, there's plenty. That's probably quite an invalid point, but you get what I'm saying. So what do I think you should do? I don't think you should pick a niche. I've shown you Perplexity on a system before. I'll show you it here as well, but you should use that. It's if you haven't heard of it before, I'll show you it. Perplexity is an AI search engine. So you put whatever in here. Let's just say it just searches the web in real time and gives you real-time data. Use Sales Navigator to find people of a particular category interest. As I've shown you before, you can go into Sales Navigator, and if you've got the Pro plan, you will have a little button here called Category Interest. If you click into that, you've got so much stuff in here of people that are potentially interested, 1 million, potentially interested in automation. So they've searched or they have some kind of interest in what you do. There's a load of other stuff here like marketing automation. So for example, that's the lead gen software. Over 4 million people are interested in that. And a lot of you wonder why I outreach with the cold emailing system is because it has such a huge benefit to businesses and such a huge demand as well. And people don't even know about it yet. So when they do, you can see this going to 40, 50, 60 million results. And once you have got that search, 50, 60, 70k people, depending on where you are in the country, in the world. So obviously I only scrape for the United Kingdom at the moment. I scrape them all using the lead scraping automation that I've shown you before. And then you can actually use Perplexity, once you've scraped them all into a Google Sheets, put them into Google Sheets, into Perplexity dynamically and prompt it to find the pain points and use another AI step to write an email based on all those pain points and how you can solve those through automation. And I'll show you this in a minute, so don't worry, I'll show you how you can do it. But what it will do, it will scrape real-time data. You can have all the research you need. You can have the industry, the pain points, their competitors, industry trends, their flagship products, so their main services or products. And you can just let AI tell you what people in that industry or what that company in recent news have been struggling with. And you can use the category interest plus this to create an absolute bulletproof email. So Perplexity, you'll give it the company name and industry as a minimum, ask it what the pain points are, and it'll scrape real-time data. And you'll instantly have pain points to dynamically input into another AI model to create the icebreaker. So I'll show you what that looks like now. So you're in Make, and you'll go Perplexity AI, create a completion. You have 3 models here, Sona, Sona Pro, and Sona Reasoning. The smallest one is Sona. These are all becoming deprecated, I think the word is. It's quite late here. The one I normally use is Sona because it's still $5 per 1,000 searches. And obviously if you're going to put 50,000 in there, that's $250. So it can get fairly expensive if you were to do this because it's a lot more. So we'll put Sona, and literally all you need to do is give it a user role, and you'll have a search rows thing here, and you just put in industry from which you've already scraped from search rows. In fact, I'll just show you. It'll be easier, wouldn't it? Okay, and if I just run this once, there's a lot of leads in there, so it might take a while. Cool. It's giving me all, I know, because I put a limit as 1, it's just giving me 1. So I don't know why it took so long. But hey, this is all the stuff I've scraped. So the summary, title, description, the industry, location, the name and company name, and his title. So all you have to put in here, if it would like to work. So all you have to put in here is you could research the person as well, which would be interesting. You could just put the full name, probably their title, the industry, then go company name. You could even put in their profile URL and get me pain points, industry trends, and any recent news or achievements. Now, this is just off the top of my head. You'd want to probably give it a tiny bit more prompt, but it doesn't want to be too big. You could just leave it at that. Run that. God. Run this. And there you have it. Your choices, message, content. Based on the information available, here are insights and potential pain points. It's giving you 3 here that you then dynamically input into a ChatGPT module and prompt it. It's going to take a lot of prompt engineering to get it exactly how you'd like, but prompt it to create an email just off the back of this. So obviously the email, you want it to be human-like. So GPT-4o is the best for that. Don't use GPT-4o latest. Well, I'll show you this in a moment. Dynamically input the Perplexity research and ask it to create an email, head to toe. Give plenty of examples of how you'd want the email to be, and it'll just be automatically tailored to the industry and the company. And it's also going to be great deliverability because it's going to be great for deliverability because it's going to be changing the email every single time, which is going to allow you to avoid spam filters. But this is what I'm on about. You don't really need to niche down because it's already automatically tailored to that industry or to that company and what their potential pain points are and what they're doing at the moment, etc., etc. So all you do is after this, create a completion. This one's quite expensive, so I'd go with one of these three here, or probably one of these two here, and we'll go with that one. Or you might want to go with the latest one, the later one in November, I think it was. And what you'd do is you'd give it a system message like we always do. You are an intelligent, helpful writing assistant. Fucking ladybird in here. Don't know what made me jump. You'd write something like, your task is to write a human-like email to be used and you go tone of voice, rules and guidelines, and you just want to play around with it. Give it how you think it should think, act, do, tone of voice, and stuff like that. And then what you do is a load of user and assistant messages. And you'd essentially take this, copy that, put it in here along with other bits of, because you could also give it, the title and title description. And once you've given it maybe 4 or 5 examples of exactly how you want the email to be, so you'd have to look into this and create an email off the back of it. So for example, you'd do hi name, whatever the name is. Hi, Alex. What could you do from this? Just to give you an example. I saw you guys are forming Team Tech 4. Really interested to see how that goes. Something like that. Yeah. And then your value hook, which would be, you've got them open the email with the icebreaker. Now it's like, okay, what can you do? What are you here for? Go back to their pain points. They are talent acquisition and retention. I can help find and retain skilled IT professionals within the tech industry by hyper-personalizing and automatically outreaching to perfect people for the role at the perfect time. Something like that. What else do they do? Balancing technical and team leadership roles. In small companies like Temp24, leaders often have to handle both technical and team. It can be overwhelming. Balancing technical and team leadership, adapting to rapid technological changes. So you'd probably want to just prompt this to give it more refined points, but it's a good start. What did it say there about artificial intelligence? Intelligence, AI and automation being adopted to streamline process and enhance decision making. I mean, there you go. This just goes to show as well, this is real-time data, and it goes to show how AI and automation is really starting to move up that trend line. So you'd give it that, and you'd give it a load of examples, and then right at the end, you'd do one last user message, and you'd literally just give it, you'd say, company, research, choices, message, content. You could also give it LinkedIn summary, and you could go into here and go summary. That might make it a bit more personal. as well as the title description. And that's it. And it would create a really hyper-personalized email for you. And just to show you exactly how that sort of looks, you'd either create an icebreaker, value hook, social proof, call to action variables, and maybe a postscript at the bottom, or you could literally just do it all in one like this. I wouldn't recommend doing it all in one. This was just a test for a client, I think. But this was sort of how it would look. Your approach to blending storytelling with yarn at Meadow Yarn is fascinating. It's rare to see such a creative fusion and craft and narrative. We can help Meadow Yarn. It's exactly what we can do. Increase your customer engagement and sales with personalized story-driven email campaigns that resonate with your audience. So this is for a company that have their own ERM, which use AI to send hyper-personalized emails for e-commerce businesses to increase their sales, essentially. This is what they've done. They've helped a similar brand achieve 18 grand in 30 days. So I'm confident it'll work for you too. I'll even offer 30 days at no cost. Can I send over a quick video? P.S. Even if it's just a chat, I'd love to hear more about how you weave storytelling into your yarn collections. It's such a unique approach. So you can sort of see how just from 2 AI modules, you can create this really, really hyper-personalized email that just performs so well. And then once you get the prompting right and you're really happy with the email, just do a hell of a load of testing until you're really happy with it, because this matters. You can then just completely automate it, scale, and sell to multiple industries all at once. So I've said use Sales Navigator and my lead scraping automation to find people interested in what you sell, no matter what the industry is. Scrape their pain points and any other things that could be necessary and relevant using Perplexity. Generate really custom and tailored cold emails through OpenAI and GPT-4o particularly. And then send ultra personalized outreach, heavily tailored to the issues that they could potentially be facing. So they're not just more inclined to reply because of the ultra personalization aspect of it. You're also speaking a language that they understand. You look like you've taken the time to look into what they do, and you look like you know what you're on about, which you obviously do when it comes to the potential pain points that they could be experiencing. So don't niche down, just be relevant. Really important. I don't think with AI at the moment and the tools that are accessible to you, I don't think it's necessary to niche down. I think you're limiting yourself, and I think you could just go after anything and everyone with the right emailing, research, and prospecting. So like I said, AI does the research, writes the emails, and it's down to you to sell it to whoever has a pain point and is interested in your service. You're not locked into one market, you're dynamically adapting. So I hope this helped. I know there's probably going to be a few people that might disagree with me, and that's absolutely fine. I said there's pros and cons. If you prefer to just niche down and learn that industry inside and out, that's absolutely fine. But I think if you want to scale quickly, which a lot of you will want to do, I think this is the way to do it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button. It's really helping me. Subscribe if you're new, because I'm posting every single day tips and tricks like this, and keep commenting. See you in the next one.